What's something stupid you used to do in middle school to be cool? Part 1. Made a secret deal with a close friend. We both will subtly drop rumors about each other that we both have hot girlfriends outside school. The next day, after football, I initiated, "Have you seen Pat's girlfriend? She's a real cutie." Another guy. "He was saying the same about you this morning. What, you guys made some loser pact about a pretend girlfriend?" Me. "I gotta go, see you tomorrow." I have a creeping feeling that would have gone a lot smoother if you two didn't use the same guy to start the rumor. Carried around a handmade sign I took everywhere. One side said, "awkward," the other, "so random." I held this up in some situations to be funny. I wasn't funny. Like some kind of socially retarded Wile E. Coyote. I was in a breaking crew comprised of 5 Caucasian boys ranging in age from 13 to 14. We were purposefully awful as a kind of performance art. We'd gather at the New York Public Library on Saturdays with our boombox and have everyone laughing at us. My street name was Weak Tea. Me. "I'm almost to your house. What's your street name again?" Friend. "Weak Tea." Me. It's not showing up on the map." Friend. "Oh, lol. Lawrence Court." Stuffed my bra. P.S. It worked. In my middle school, just wearing a bra would have made you a sensation. I went to an all-boys Catholic school. Chain wallets. It started off with short chains. Eventually, it became an unspoken contest to see who could have the longest chain. I flipped over the handlebars of my bike many times when that chain got wrapped around the pedal. Buy dog collars, cut and resend loops. Have friend follow you to carry epic chain. I wore shorts every day. It's raining and freezing cold outside? Doesn't matter, I'm wearing shorts. Well, duh, why wouldn't you? I mean, they're both comfy and easy to wear. People made fun of my voice, so I started trying to speak in a lower tone, which backfired almost immediately. My gym teacher referred to me as Kermit the Frog for years. Oh man, I was basically the squeaky-voiced teen until I was 20. It was weird though. After the ostracism of high school, it somehow swung back over to novelty in young adulthood. I used to have this party trick where I could, at will, drop my voice to a smooth, Barry White-esque baritone. I could keep it up for as long as I wanted, but it wasn't me, you know? Wear an upside-down, backwards to the left, yellow visor with my bleached, peroxide hair gelled up. Were you a member of Sugar Ray? Riding that darn S everywhere. You know the one. I think this might be it. I used to swear around everyone except the teachers. So you were every middle schooler ever? Wore my backpack straps as low as they could possibly go. The bag would slap against the back of my legs every step, but I didn't care because I was the man. In middle school, I never caught on that everybody did this. I wore my backpack up tight, right behind my shoulders. One day, somebody laughed at me and called me a nerd for wearing my backpack so high, and then I joined the club. I used to wear band-aids on my knees, just because. I thought it made me cooler somehow. I once started walking with a limp in the mall when I was with my mom. I didn't have any pain, I just thought that cool people limped. My mom took me to the doctors, even when I insisted that nothing hurt and I'd stopped limping. I went to a Catholic school, so I thought being an altar boy made me pretty darn cool. It did not. At least the priest thought you were cool. I would crawl around on the floor of the school bus and mess around with people's feet. Also, one time I ate a dirt-covered Smartie, and I don't even think anyone was watching me. I'm legitimately starting to think I'm actually retarded in some form or another. I misread that as Sharpie and cringed, then cringed again when I reread it correctly. I used to keep my afro pick in my hair. I'm a curly-haired Arab boy. I see no problem with this. What he's saying is that the thug life didn't choose him. I am choosing a book for reading. I can only imagine how sad your father felt. Throwing pencils upwards so that they get stuck in the ceiling. I still think this is somehow cool. I played that stupid game, Quarters, with the cool kids. For those who never had the pleasure of playing this game, I'll give you a brief background. One person starts a quarter spinning on edge by flicking it. The second person has to touch the quarter without stopping the spin, followed by person 1 touching the quarter. This touching goes back and forth between the two people like a sad game of hot potato until one person touches the quarter and it stops spinning. If you were the poor soul that caused the quarter to stop spinning, you had to put your knuckles down on the table and the other person would fling the quarter at you as hard as they could. It would hurt and make people bleed, but in middle school, it was the coolest thing to do during lunch break. My version of bloody knuckles is we'd punch each other's fists like a bro fist, but a lot harder, till you bled. It was to see who could last longer. I would spill gasoline on my shoes in small engine repair class and walk through the halls to evacuate school for an hour. This is not advised. Wow, over 1,000 upvotes for being a punk in junior high. I got caught the third time. It was okay with me, I got away with it, until copycat gas shoe assholes popped up, then the adults caught wind of my prank. I had a mullet, listened to DJ Quick, wore a Ghost Rider t-shirt all the time, and called everyone Kemosabi. Listening to DJ Quick legitimately makes you cooler, so a quarter ain't bad. I'll take wear Heelys for 1,000, Alex. Do you know why Heelys don't have brakes? Because swag stops for nobody. I used to spike my hair to look like Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z. Later on, I realized I looked like a douche. Well, in all fairness, Vegeta was kind of a douche. Shut up, Kakarot. We made these pen launchers out of broken pens and rubber bands, and would shoot paper, pen refills, and toothpicks at random people. One of my friends used a metal pen refill one day, and it actually got stuck in the kid's arm. We stopped using them after that, for a while at least. We had a whole arms race going on with these things in 8th grade. The pen launchers were just the start. Another piece of classroom artillery was a tic-tac ballista made from broken mechanical pencils. It was easier to conceal. Some guys rolled up pieces of paper and used those as bolts for crossbows they made out of pencils and rubber bands. Someone had a crude catapult at some point, and so on. One of the deans found out and a bunch of us got in minor trouble though, which ended the fun. I would get a girlfriend and then never talk to her again, and she would break up with me. I don't know if it was meant to be cool, but it worked to keep me from ever kissing a girl until I was 16. I did this unintentionally in 8th grade. A girl asked me out through her friend. I said yes, then proceeded to avoid her because I was, and still am, awkward as heck. Lasted 4 days when she broke up with me through her friend. Only dating experience I had until college. This is probably more high school than middle school, but brag about not getting enough sleep. Everyone did it. Oh, you got 5 hours of sleep last night? I've only gotten 2 hours of sleep the past 2 nights. Some stupid game where being the most miserable makes you the coolest. A lot of people continue playing this game into adulthood, and not only with sleep. The kids I coach do this, and with eating as well. I haven't eaten since noon, or all I've had to eat today is a bagel, and we finally sat them down and explained how crucial diet and sleep is to performance. It was one of those moments where you can see the light bulb go off above each of their heads every few seconds. Straight magical. Plus, it shut them up with that weird exhaustion dick measuring. Bonus. Made little stick figures out of pipe cleaners. I made the heads just big enough to fit around a pencil. It made me happy seeing someone pull out a pencil with one of my little pipe cleaner people on the end of it. That's not stupid. That's actually quite ingenious. I thought I was both punk and grunge. I would wear flannel shirts, cargo pants, and 10 necklaces and 20 bracelets. I thought I was cool. Cringe. I'd wear that now. Something must be wrong with me. Wasn't me, but when I was in middle school, we had the group who considered themselves the thugs. They weren't that bad. They were pretty much the class clowns that you also didn't want to mess with. Well, I remember in 6th grade, I went into the bathroom, only to find them kicking one of the guys on the floor, counting to 30, while the guy on the floor laughed. When it was over, they congratulated him and welcomed him into their group. Yep, so cool. I think laying on a middle school boys' bathroom floor should be initiation enough. Sheesh. I'd wear 2 pairs of pants. Normally, basketball shorts under jeans. If you asked me, then I'd swear it was because it was more comfortable, but really, I just thought I was the bomb. I did this sometimes because people kept pantsing me. There was this one kid who got his pants and boxers pulled off, and I was scared. Some kid pissed his pants on a field trip and was just hiding from everyone as we were about to get back on the bus. Poor kid was already kind of an outcast. So, to save him from the shame and humiliation, I put water on my crotch from a nearby faucet, and when the kids called me out, I just told them it was what all the cool kids my age did. I was much older than everyone, had to redo some grades. It's a long story. Anyways, they all bought it, and before we got on the bus, everyone had pissed their pants. It was kind of gross now that I think about it. You need to get up with Adam Sandler ASAP. Wear running shorts and my 1993 Toronto Blue Jays Division Championship t-shirt to class every day. The shorts would ride up and it looked like I was wearing Speedos, while the shirt had holes in the shoulder. I was a self-loathing rich kid and thought if I looked poor, I could be cool. Ha! I can relate to this. I'd wear a pair of shoes till they completely fell apart, because I didn't want to be made fun of for having a new pair of shoes.